I met Polly in 1992 at the Lost Horizon. We just started Born Again Savages, and I had just moved back from California. He and I talked a lot about shows and his taping of them, and it was neat to talk about bands I'd seen out west that he had recorded here at the Lost. We talked just about every show I saw him at, even if it was just for a few minutes, because all the musicians knew Paulie. Everybody was at least an acquaintance, and he was just friendly. I gave him a ride home a couple of times because he didn't live very far from the Lost, and one time he brought me in to show me his collection because I'm a hard media collector myself. It was pretty cool to hang for a minute and talk about, again, the bands that he taped and which ones I'd seen as well. It was a cool connect. Paulie was a good dude.
This is Paulie's Vault.
Paulie's Vault is brought to you by the Lost Horizon, Syracuse's longest running, most consistent, and all-around best rock and roll club. I'm John Bukowski, and welcome back to Paulie's Vault. We have a really, really cool show for you. Today we're going to turn back the clock. We have a show from the Born Again Savages at the Lost Horizon in 1992. Now, after this time, this is early Born Again Savages. Joey Larkin was actually still singing for them, and when I sent this off to John, he really couldn't believe that this recording even existed. And I guess they had only done like 2 or 3 shows with this lineup, and the sound is much, much different than the punk band that they would become after this. And I do have some shows from them as well, and that will come down the line, but I did want to share this one because a lot of people have been asking for older local shows, and I figured we would start off with this one. So please enjoy this 1992 set from the Born Again Savages.
Tip your bartenders. This is very scary stuff on the stage. Something to drink. Tip your bartenders. For Christ's sake, criminy. Go down front where that very cool pumpkin is, and please welcome Born Again Savages. 77.
Brothers and sisters, I come to you with a message from the Lord. Seems Jesus has been having some financial problems lately. He's had some buzzing problems too. Without our help, without our money, he's gonna lose his home and his car. Now I know each and every one of you and your love for Jesus will do your very, very best to help out in this matter. Dig down deep, brothers and sisters, and save our Lord, for he is broke, hungry, and desperate. double-breasted straitjackets, wandering back from their hearty meal of minks and intestines to their dark little boxes, where they become mutated from the flickering radiation from above. Filthy, aged crones belch and puke innuendos of everlasting affection to the cakey-faced little coquettes who spent hours this morning pinning those ugly skirts in the front to make them tighter in the ass. Maybe today the Duke will notice me, maybe fuck me. Maybe someday I'll be Duchess. I wait loathsomely, dreading the transport of my tired carcass on that overcrowded boxcar, loaded up with unbathed, self-glorified sheep, licking their fangs and baying current hits from Dick Clark's top fucking 40. Don't sit next to me. Oh God, please don't sit next to me. Oh no, now you've done it. Nowhere to run, you filthy fucking animal. Oh well, at least today, I get to see him, I get to tell him. Pollute your mind and body with those toxic, caustic, carcinogenic candies, little boy. There you sit in your smug self-righteousness, smearing greasy appendages and that charged substance upon that chemically altered pine. You're no artist, little lamb, 'cause you can't even... method of the media, the power of the airwaves.
Watch below! Big ears of God! What are you trying to say? You trying to be better than that? No more years! No more years!
As a politically correct man, we would all like to endorse the death of George Bush. Anything you can do to help us in this matter would be appreciated. It's time for True Stories. Medical report. This is great. I can hear the medical report coming through the amps. Now the long version. She never thought it. a lot for coming out, and thanks for all the money. I'm gonna buy me a Rolls Royce. Jesus can beg for his own money.
Yeah, let's hear it again for the Born Again Savages.